Hey everyone, so I wanted this to be sort of outro and intro to all of my cult leader videos. And it's kind of about how to identify cult leaders by their personality traits. For that, you kind of want to watch Dr. Grande's channel on YouTube, which I'll link to. If you want to know kind of the psychological side, like they're going to be usually narcissistic or something like that. And you want to learn how, psychology isn't perfect, but it's the closest we have scientifically to being able to predict any kind of behavior. So we can say that cult leaders usually have those traits. And so if you watch the video, the second Heaven's Gate video, which is meant to be for after you watch David Applewhite's exit speech, up to the point that I describe at the beginning, or in the description. So, yeah, I want to go into YouTube cultists right here, YouTube cult leaders. And if you watch Professor Dave Explains or CoffeeZilla or some other ones, I can talk about some more in the comments if you know YouTubers who kind of call out cult leaders who are other YouTubers. There's this one bald guy who has like 1 million subscribers, and he's like a Heaven's Gate kind of guy where he believes in suicide. And he's been trying to get his followers too to like forget the world almost. And he literally believes that he's God. That's what he says. And he says, because I'm God, I can't even communicate with you right. And this guy has 1 million followers. So I forget if it was Professor Dave or someone else, but they make fun of this guy. Professor Dave makes fun of a lot of other kinds of narcissists, like people who are really into their scientific theory, like flat earthers. And then they want to ignore everybody else. But you have to understand why flat earthers aren't dangerous and some other groups are. Like that bald guy. I'll post his name down below. I'll call him the Applewhite Light. He's David Applewhite Light, basically. So Applewhite Light, he's not dangerous as long as he says that it's my path, but instead he says he's God. So he's like Applewhite, except he's not trying to aggressively deconvert his followers. Applewhite did everything in his power to deconvert his followers. He made it mandatory to castrate yourself if you're in his cult. He castrated himself. A little bit different from David Koresh, right? So if the cult leader doesn't try to aggressively deconvert anyone who follows them, and what I mean by deconvert is make them follow their own path. Applewhite made people follow their own path. And if their path really truly did align with going to Hale Bop and living there, then he was okay with it. But he really did aggressively deconvert his followers. He ended up with what, 12? And 2 of them are still alive. And, so if you have 1 million followers, you're probably not trying to aggressively deconvert. You're probably saying you're God and that you want them to all come with you because you know what's right. Applewhite said, I know what's right, but only a special few are even worthy, or kind of, not worthy, but only a special few are chosen for this departure, before planet Earth is recycled. And this guy has a totally different way of emerging at suicidal ideology. There's many, many, many people like them. A lot of them sell get-rich-quick schemes. A lot of them are pickup artists, like that kind of thing. Anybody who wants a following of people who follow them. Because David Applewhite and me, we want people to go on their own path. E pluribus unum. It's written on the back of our money. If you're an American, it means that everybody should be unique, and then through that, we become strong and achieve unity because we appreciate each other's differences as long as they aren't dangerous. So, Mr. Applewhite Light, bald cultist guy, I don't have a problem with you going and doing that for yourself, but you're not God, and you shouldn't tell anyone you are. Because you're just being a dick and being dangerous. And if even one person follows you to suicide, you're guilty. Whereas I don't think Applewhite is. I think that he kind of did assisted suicide. Kinda. Applewhite is not as guilty. I explained why Applewhite was wrong in my Heaven's Gate Part 2 video, but Applewhite Light is pretty easy to see what's wrong with him. But if you're one of his followers, it's fine. You just have to know that, okay, whatever path he takes is really narrow because he's God or whatever. So you don't have to take the same path. So, you know, if you're a follower of me, YouTubers like me, like I try to be, like I said, I want this channel to be a hybrid of Daniel Green, Wendy Goon, and then a little bit of like politics stuff. If you know, those guys aren't cult leaders. They're just dudes. They're just chill. They have huge followings, and they're just chill. You know? So the guys who aren't just chill and they start trying to talk people into suicide and stuff, you know. But at least he's still saying to find it in their hearts. He's not going to do a Jim Jones. But don't go into the forest with that guy. If he tries to start some secret society out in the jungle, don't follow him. Don't go to Jonestown or Applewhite Town. Appletown. All right, guys. That's a cool video. And then I wanted to sum it up with, hey, Desmond, can you toss me it real quick? Since I said I wanted this channel to be kind of like Daniel Green's, I've decided that something that I can do is pick hidden gems off of the new fiction bookshelf in Barnes & Noble, because I got a Barnes & Noble membership. So I was browsing the new fiction section, and it took me like a minute or two to find this one. It's really new. Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. And like on the back, it says it creates scenes with admonishing clarity and lucidity. It's refreshing. It has all these compliments from editors. So I want to do a hidden gem series for fiction. The reason why is because by reading it, I get better at my writing too, at my prose. So I don't mind doing it, especially the new stuff, because, you know, new stuff is trying to break new barriers. So yeah, like I think I'll have like a hidden gem series for not sci-fi, because I think every sci-fi book is a gem pretty much. So I can't really do hidden gems. But this one for new stuff, like brand new hidden gems, because it's cool to read new stuff, you know. And I guess yeah, next video is going to be about a novella versus a novel, and which one you should pick, which one you should read, why, what the differences are, and all that. But to summarize, guys, you can think of novels as movies and novellas as TV series episodes, or just a lone episode. But you can make, you know, my goal is to kind of make it like a TV series where each like season or episode is a novella, you know? And that's what a lot of authors are kind of trying, that's what a lot of sci-fi authors used to do, and some still do, but it's cool to kind of have everything set in the same universe with smaller books. So I'm really going to be always talking about smaller books because I don't have time to read anymore. Like, for me to dedicate enough time to read a book this long, it's got to be by this guy, or someone that good. Alistair Reynolds, Aurora Rising, sci-fi. But it, you know, besides that, unless I've already fallen in love with the author, I really like novellas, so I'm gonna write them just like Daniel Green did. Like, it was, you know, he already had a huge following, but I can at least sell, you know, a couple dozen copies of like a cool ebook that's sci-fi and really well thought out. So yeah, it's all pretty exciting. So that's kind of gonna be my hidden gem series, modern new fiction hidden gems. And if it's popular, I'll start reading more of these and doing more of these reviews. Short novella hidden gems. Otherwise, I'll just keep doing the other kinds of content. I'm gonna be done with most of any of the like dating advice stuff. It's like those 2 episodes and then that's it. And then everything else is gonna be mostly about cults, modern political issues, history stuff, a lot of history stuff, especially military history. Um, Basically just whatever's missing from YouTube, right? That's what Wendy Goon did. It's just whatever's missing. And I only want to have my goal is 1 to 5,000 subscribers. And that's what I'm going to stop spending money on promotion. But I haven't started spending money yet because I want to get my novella out in January. So I want to just have like a small following of people who like my content. And then after I publish my sci-fi novella on Kindle Unlimited, just the ebook. So it's not really that hard because it takes forever to publish the actual printed version, but I can do the ebook on Kindle through Vellum. I bought this Mac because Daniel Green, the YouTuber, said that Vellum is how he did his ebook. So I'm going to do that and put it on Kindle Unlimited, get at least a couple readers, and then everyone will know about my website, the universe, how much I put into this project, like... So yeah, and then at that point, I'll try to grow my YouTube channel up to 1 to 5,000 subscribers, and then I'll kind of stop because I figure it'll grow organically by that point if it's good. Otherwise, I just keep doing sci-fi. And this early phase, guys, I want to just make like sample videos formats. Like what's cool, fiction, hidden gems, political stuff. I'm going to have tons of interviews. That's one thing I'm still always going to have on this channel is interviews with professors and religious fundamentalists. Those two. So PhDs and creationists is going to be the main interview people, maybe gun rights people, but then you can just kind of interview me basically. And or anti-gun rights people, stuff, all like that stuff, So yeah. Should be cool, guys. Thanks.